guys, and welcome to my channel. This is Jaynie Design. Thank you guys for all your support. Today I'm teaching you how to cut your own pencil skirt with a side slit, and I'll be using an Ankara fabric for it, and I'll also be using a fringe. This is called a fringe. You could use it to put at the end of your side slit skirt to make it look stylish. So the measurement I'm making use of today is my waist measurement, which is 35.5, my hips measurement 43, and then the length of the skirt I'll be using 22. So for a size slit skirt, you'll be cutting the back first. So for a side slit skirt, you'll be cutting the back first. So this line I drew here is for my zip allowance. I used 1.5 inch for my zip allowance because I'm going to be using lining to turn it. I used 1.5 inch for my zip allowance, which is this line. Then the distance between my waist and my hips is 8, which is this line that I drew here. Then this is the length of my skirt. I'll be using 1/2 inch to join to my lining. So the first thing I'll be doing is to divide my waist into 4, which I said my waist is 35.5. So divide 35.5 into 4, and what you get is 8.5 with quarter. You measure from this your zip allowance. You don't take it here. This is where you start from. I'm going to be adding 2 inches sewing allowance. After taking my darts, I'm putting a dart for this skirt. It will become 1.5. Then my hips is 43. I'll divide 43 into 4 also. 43 into 4 will give me 10.5 with also quarter. Remember to place your tape from your zip allowance, which is this 10.5 with quarter. For my hip, I'll be giving 1.5. Why? Because my dart will not get to my hip measurement. So when I remove half from these 2 inches, I'll have 1.5. Then it will correspond with the 1.5 I gave for my hips measurement. Then for my knee measurement, I'll be removing 1 inch from this my hips measurement divided by 4, which my hips divided by 4 is 10.5 with quarter. So what I'll be using for my knee will be 9.5 with quarter. I will also give my 1.5 inch seam allowance. This is it. Can you see it? So the next thing I will do is just to curve. You just use your ruler to do it. So I've curved it already. The next thing to do is just to cut. So what I'll do is to cut out the excess. Anytime you are folding your fabric to measure anything, if it's your dress, your skirt, or anything, after folding you check what you folded, if it will occupy your biggest measurement, which most times is always the hips plus your allowance, before cutting. If you fold it and it's more than your hips allowance more than your hips with allowance, you fold it again, like reduce it, so you don't waste your fabric. So the next thing I'll do is just to cut out the excess. Then I'll just open up this part. Remember, it's folded into 2. I'll just open up this part. This is my zip allowance. Can you see where I placed my scissors? So I'll just open it up. what I'll do is to fold and then notch the middle. So I don't cut in the back. I'll now bring the front. The front also is folded into two. This is the folded part. This is the folded part. So what I'll do is I'll measure 4.5 inches from the folded part. 4.5 inches for the folded part. I'll measure 4 down to the length of my skirt. I'll measure 4.5 inches. I'll just use my ruler to trace it. I'm trying to make the explanation very easy and detailed, so anyone could actually do it themselves. So like I said, this is my folded part. I measured 4.5 for my folded part. So what I'll be doing next is to use my scissors to open it up. I raise the fabric. I'm not cutting the two. I'm only going to cut one, not the two. So I raise up one and I cut. This side slit will serve as one of your front darts. So this is it. After doing this, you take your pin and then you join them back again. Join it down to the end of your skirt. Can you see? I've joined it back to my skirt. So what I will now do is now to refold. I will now bring the back to be able to cut that side. So now I'm done joining it together. I just join it like this and I still fold it into two. So what I'll do next is to bring my back panel I've already cut out. I'll place this at the front. Now for this now place at the back, and then I'll place this at the front so I could see properly to cut out the shape of my skirt. Just to cut out this shape out. So this is my back panel and this is my front panel. Can you see? So now the next thing I'll do is to be cutting out my lining, the lining of this shape. I can now remove this pin. I'm done cutting. I can now remove the pin. The front and then for the back. I went ahead to cut my lining. This is the back panel. After cutting your lining, you take your tape and you measure out. You could measure out 1, or you could measure out half and quarter, because the lining has to be shorter than the fabric itself.
This one get confident.
So I'll also do the same thing for my front panel. I'll reduce the lining. So now I'll go ahead to use my lining to, I'll turn my lining with my skirt. That I'll be doing now. I'll turn my lining with my skirt, then I'll be showing you the next thing to do. If you want to see how to turn your lining with skirt, you can go to my video where I made a pencil skirt with lining. I showed thoroughly how to do that. For the front panel, I want to run through how I joined the front panel. After joining my lining to my skirt, I started from the down part. I joined it all through. After joining it all through, I will now raise it up to meet the beginning of my skirt. Then I will sew it straight down to the. I must make sure that I will join my lining to meet my skirt. This is the side. I did the same thing here. I first sewed the down part, then for the side I drew the lining to touch my fabric, then I sewed it all through. Then for the straight line where we have the slits, I took my two Ankara fabric, and I joined them together. To the point where I wanted my slit to start from. I want my slit to start around this part, so I joined it, only the two fabric together on its own, to the level I want my slit to get to. I also did the same thing for the lining. I joined the two lining to meet the point where I want my fabric. Then after doing that, I will now, from the down part, I will now join my lining with my Ankara fabric down to where I stopped at the beginning, where I stopped for the lining. I'll do the same thing here also. I will join my Ankara fabric, my lining down to the length where I want my slit to start, so that when you now turn it, this is what you will now have. So what you do is just to iron it, give it a good press. You just iron it. This is what you get. This part is already open. You iron it properly. So that's how the doing I'm showing you. This is the back panel. I went ahead to join my zip allowance, which later I will lose the part I want for my zip. I just joined it with 1 inch. Remember, for my zip I took 1.5. After turning in with the lining, and I have 1 inch, which I sewed all through to the down. So now I want to make the dart. My dart is 4.5 inches. 4.5 inches. I will draw my line at 4.5 inches, and also I will draw another line at the 4 inches, meaning that after doing my dart, what I will have from my zip allowance to my dart will be 4 inches. So I'll just draw a straight line. I want the length of my dart to be 5 inches. The length of my dart to be 5 inches. For a small child, you could use 4 inches for the length of the dart. So I went ahead to draw a straight line, then I will connect from this 4 down to this point. So I'll do this. I did the same thing at the back here. also the same thing I did the other side of the back. So when you want to make your dart, you just hold your skirt at the 4.5, then you sew from this line to jam to meet your 4.5 inch here. Then for my front panel, I'll measure out 9 inches from this my joining here. I'll measure out 9 inches. Remember, here is 4.5. When you open it, also 9. So I'll measure out 9 from this part. I measure 9. I want the length of my dart to be also 5. Remember, at the front we only have one dart. This will serve as our other side dart. So we only have one dart. So I did the same thing I did there. I measure out 9. Then I also remove half from that 9, which I now joined to jam the 9. So I'm making my dart also. I'll fold like this, and then I will sew from this part to meet my 9. So I'm doing it and I'm showing you. Joining my dart, I went ahead. I'm done joining the 2 darts. I went ahead and just open up my zip allowance a bit. So what I will do is to measure from the end of my zip down to my waist, and to the waist measurement, which is 10.5 with quarter. So I'll do the same thing here, which will be 10.5 with quarter. Then I will come to my skirt also. I'll measure the wideness, which is 22. So I cut out my band. When you open it up, you have 6 inches. When I fold it, I'll have 3 inches. So I will use 1/2 inch to join my band to my skirt. Then to now remain 2.5. I want a band of 2.5 inches. So why I am joining the band separately, I'm joining the band separately so that if you make your own and maybe it's not tight as you want or thereabouts, you can just shape it in without having to lose the whole band. But when you join the whole band together, and you make a mistake in your measurement, you have to start losing the whole band and then attaching band to join to it. But if you are sure of your measurement, you could first and get your original measurement, shape your skirt, get original measurement, then you cut a band that will go round the skirt. There are 2 ways of doing it. Either you do it that way, that one is also very good. If you know your very actual measurement, you could do it that same way. You join your skirt together and then you measure round to your zip allowance, and then you add your full band without any symbol. If you know that you're not too sure of the measurement, you can also do it this way. So I'm doing it for beginners also, so that they could actually have an idea of what I'm talking about. So I'm doing it and I'm showing you our side to get your original measurement. My waist measurement is 35.5. I'll divide it by 4. And what it's time to measure, so I'll divide it by 2. Sorry, not by 4 now. When cutting, I'll divide by 4. I'll divide by 2, and when you divide by 2, you get 17.5 with quarter. 17.5 with quarter. So for accuracy, you could just get the half of this 17.5 with quarter, which is this almost 9. You place it at your zip allowance, which is your middle point, so you get the exact measurement. Then you draw your line. Make sure after sewing you take this to your weaving machine and then you weave this part. Then for my hips is 43. I'll divide 43 by 4 by 2, which will give me 21.5. I'll get the half of 21.5 and then place it at my zip point, which is this 21.5. Then for my knee, Remember when I was measuring, I removed 1 inch from my hips measurement divided by 4. What I will have is 20. When you are done, if you want to still taper your knee part, you could still do it, but to be on the safe side, just do it the way I did it. Then if you don't have your French curve, you could also learn how to use your hand to do free sketching. So I will just connect my line from my waist to my hips. Make sure you don't bring it out so much until you get to your measurement. And so I'm going to go and sew this part, then I'll come back show you. Join this side. Now turn my fabric. This is my front side. This is the front inside. So I'll divide into 2 again. I'll divide my 35 into 2. I'll divide into 2 to get 17.5 I'll divide my hips into 2 to get 21.5, which is a 43. And I'll also come to the down part and I'll do the same thing. I got 20. I'll also trace again. When you are making your own personal skirt or even for a customer, it's advised for you to have extra sewing allowance, unless it's ready to wear that you know is the person that will wear that it will fit. If you are sewing for yourself or for your customer, it's always advisable to have allowance. I'm done joining the side. I want to fix my zip, so I'll just measure where I want to start my zip to around 7.5. So I will lose out 7.5 from this my band. I will that from here to 7.5. Then I'll make sure I use my machine to tighten this part so it does not lose. Now to fix your zip, this your 1 inch already. You just fold it. Then you take your zip like this. Make sure you put this head inside. And then you sew it. You sew it all through, just like not up to even ½ inch. Just sew it all through. Look at the way I placed it. And when you get to this point, you take it this other way, and then you sew this other side also, fixing it inside. Sew it, and then put it inside to get your zip. So I'll be doing that now. Our fringe, this is called a fringe, to the tip of our skirt. Can you see? So I want it to be a bit full, so I folded mine into 2, but you could use just one like this and so, but I folded mine into 2 for it to be full. So I will just place it on top of my fabric here. Can you see? And I'll be sewing it. Just place it on top like this, and then you sew it all around to meet this point. So I'll be doing it now. So guys, I'm done attaching my fringe. What I did was, instead of just sewing it straight down, I just turned this front upside down, so that when I sew it and turn it like this, it will look very neat, unlike just sewing it like that. If you want to still sew it the way I showed you, you can still do it. Then you can also do it the same way. So guys, this is a pencil skirt with a side slit. So guys, if my video has been helpful, please give your girl a thumbs up by liking, sharing, and then you subscribe to my channel. Please don't always forget to turn on your notification because I'll be showing more videos. So bye.
I will give you what you wanting. Baby, come and get my money. Baby, back to the dance thing. Baby, this is no be joke thing. Sangha, give you what you wanting. All these niggas are my picking. Baby, back to the dance thing. Baby, this is no be